Hello everybody, this is AJ from the Broke Historian, and today I'm going to be making a Renaissance or Dark Ages style dress. So I was looking on Pinterest the other day and I found this pin that shows you how to take a few yards of fabric and with a few cuts and seams, and it shows you how to make this medieval or Dark Ages style dress. And I thought that it was so cute and very easy, so I decided to give it a shot. Here's what you will need. Your height multiplied by 2 in fabric. Mine was a little under 4 yards because I'm 5'8". Trim, about 3 yards of it. I used metallic trim, but next time I think I'm going to use something softer, lace or ribbon. Pins and needles, 2 buttons, which are optional. I'll show you why those are optional later. And a yardstick or ruler. Not shown is a sewing machine. Fold your fabric in half so that one side is longer than the other. The top side will be laid so the top side is shorter than the bottom side. The longer side will be the back. You could also make these the same length if you don't want the train. Pin the corners and the middle so that it doesn't shift around as you cut it. And then fold it in half. I cut off a little bit more of the bottom because it was just too long and I didn't want it dragging the ground as I walked. Now begin to cut out the neck hole and the armholes. You can make the neck hole whatever way you want. I just did a simple scooped neck. And then cut the armholes up to about 4 inches away from where the neck hole is. That is where the shoulders will be. Now pin in place so nothing moves around. Now lay a shirt that's loose on you down at the top, lining up the neck hole. Using the armpit as a guide, draw a diagonal line from the top to the bottom corner. Now pin in place so again nothing shifts around. Now after I made the lines, I realized at the top it's a little bit too small for me. So I took my bust measurement, fold the measuring tape in half to get 22, then fold that in half again to get 11, and made sure that the distance between the corner of the fabric, the fold of the fabric, and the line was at least 11 inches long, which it wasn't, it was actually 8 inches, so I just made sure that it would fit me, and I redrew the line 11 inches, and I connected it with the bottom of the line. You'll see in a few seconds. Now using the second line you drew as a guide, cut along that to cut out the dress and the sleeves. And once again, pin in place. Now take it over to your sewing machine and sew up the side seams, making sure to do a back stitch at the beginning and end of every stitch. Slow down once you get to the arm seams and go back and forth a few times at that little triangle part, the part where the side seam and the sleeve seams meet. And then sew up the sleeves, making sure that you go over the seams once or twice. So sew the same seams once or twice just to give it an extra strength. Now cut out the curve of the train. Now on the pin, there was no way to tell me how to do the sleeves or the neck, so I just decided to fold them over once and hand seam them down. Now looking back, I probably should have folded them over twice, but I decided not to, and just to do it once. And here you can see the raw edges on the sleeves, and you can see the stitches and the raw edges right there. Now you're going to iron the sleeve seams down where they come together, iron them down, and then pin the trim along that seam to hide the raw edges. The metallic trim was very itchy, so I think next time I'm going to use lace or ribbon. And then I just sewed a simple seam along the edges of the sleeves. You could probably fold them over, but I didn't want any raw edges to be seen, so I just did it this way, and it gave a nice little crinkly edge to it. And then I took the leftover metallic trim and I sewed it onto the tops of the sleeves where they came together so it would make a regular sleeve. You could use a button here, but I didn't, I just used the trim. And then I ironed and sewed the hem of the dress. And that is it. We are finished. Here I am wearing it with the little purple sash that I made.